Okay, in this tutorial, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through the first use of Dreamweaver CS4, and I'm going to use my Mac to do this because the PC version is not available on my computer right now. So, but I'm going to take you through the same thing that we did in the class, and I will follow the handout that is available on the screen as well. So what we'll do is we'll start Dreamweaver, which I have done here. We'll create a new HTML page by clicking on Create New. You can also go to File and click on New. Okay, very similar. We're going to open this up. And the first thing I asked you to do is simply type a few things that you wanted to type here. Iowa State University, okay, and then maybe some other things, but that's fine. What we had done in class was modify some of our page properties. So for example, instead of having a default font, let's say we wanted to have something that is Arial sans serif, okay. And when I click apply, as you can notice over here, it will change into that font right away. So we can change that. We can change a few other things later on. We could change, for example, the appearance here if we wanted to have, well, this is the links here, visited links. We could change the link color. We could change the visited links. And this is what may be actually different in the PC version, but in general, it's better to use CSS to control appearance compared to HTML. So we're going to do this with the links here. So I'm going to just change one thing here, and I'm going to say for active links, I'm going to change them into a slightly different color, and you'll see what this is in a minute. I'm going to have never underline. Okay. So anything else that I want to do here? I don't think so. I think this is perfectly fine. I could change the size, the text color, and so on. But I think this is all I'm going to do for now. So I have my first page, and I think the next step, which is then on the next page here, is we want to always include a title, and this is something else that is often forgotten. You can change the title by either clicking in the title bar right here, Untitled Document, or again you can do this through page properties, where on the PC, here we go, it's title encoding. Instead of calling it untitled document, I'm going to call it Volker's 510 sample page. Okay, click OK, and then as you will see, it will change up here as well. Okay, there we go. Now the next step is to provide a little bit of structure to the document. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change Volker Hegelheim. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger and change it from a paragraph format. I'm going to change it to a heading 2, and then perhaps you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to type teaching, and I'm going to turn this teaching into another heading. I'm going to turn this into a heading 3, for example, but not Iowa State University teaching. Hold on a second. This one I actually want to remain in paragraph format. Okay, so we have now a heading 2, a heading 3, and we have something in basic paragraph format. The font for all of this, as specified in the page properties, is a non-serif font. Okay, the first thing I think I wanted to show you was to create a link, and we can do this by first highlighting the area that needs to be linked, and then creating a link. I know the address, and that's http://www.iastate.edu. Okay, and if I hit enter, it will turn this into a link. Now, to see whether or not this works, what we need to do is sort of a couple steps. We need to save the document, and here's where it gets to be very important. Okay, and this is going to require some repetition. What I want to do is we need to do the following. We need to, at some point, set up a local root folder, okay, and this local root folder is the one we'll use this used for local development. Okay, now obviously to set up a root folder means we have to have a root folder, and what I'm going to do here is and you can go about this two different ways. You can either go through setting up sites and then creating a folder that you will then select, or you pre-plan and say, well, I have and on the Mac it's like this, but you would just go to your My Computer. I have something called No Name. This is my USB stick, and I'm gonna have this. I have this 510 www. Okay, this is going to be my folder that I will use to develop web pages. Now, I've already created this. On a Mac, you simply right-click and create a new folder if you want to. On a PC, there's a yellow button, a yellow little icon that allows you to create a new folder. Okay, this has already been created. So what I can do next is click on either over here in the Files tab, click on Manage Sites, or you can do this up here as well, where it says Manage Sites. You may actually have to start with New Site, but I already have several sites. So I'm going to manage sites first of all. I have several here. I'm going to see if I've already set one up for this purpose. I have not. So I'm going to create a new site, and I'm going to call this 510. And what's important here is I need to specify the folder I'll be using for my local development, and that is, as you recall, it's on my USB stick, and it's called 510 www. Click Choose. This is the one I want. This is all I'm going to do for now. Okay, I'm going to click on OK, and if I click on Done, what happens down here, it will list what is in this directory. Okay, and I have 2 pages in there already. So I'm going to save a third one in here. I'm going to save this one here. I'm going to call this tutorial 1. Okay, tutorial page 1. There we go. There it is. It shows up right here. This is all good and ready to go. Now the next step is to preview this page in the browser, and what you can do, and this is the same in both, is preview it. I'm going to preview it in Firefox here. I'm going to open this up, and see, there it is. It's working just fine. I'm going to check if my link is working. Up, perfect. Okay, ideal. I did a very good job here. Let's go back to Dreamweaver. The next aspect that I want to show you is we'll do, in addition to this absolute link to Iowa State, we also going to set up what's called a relative link, relative link to a file I created. Okay, so for example, as you can see here, I have already several pages here. So I'm going to link to this my second page. So if I say my second page, and again, same thing. I highlight this here. I can either type in the address, or I can drag this one to my second page, and it will create a link, and will work just fine. Now, please note, if you see this asterisk up here, and this is the same on both platforms, that means there have been some changes made to the document, and in order to get rid of this asterisk, you have to hit Save. Okay, you have to click on File, Save, or you can click on what is it? Control S on the PC. Okay, very good. I think this is a very good start of how we can do this. I'm going to stop